This is A-Game, fast-acting, long-lasting, with no side effects.
Hey all my Crimsonites, and welcome to the Crimson Cure channel, where we embrace our femininity, increase our womanly values, and celebrate our brothers. So join me on our feminine journey to learn, heal, and grow. Hey there, my Crimsonites, and welcome to the Crimson Cure channel. I'm your host, femininity coach, and author of the Crimson Cure, and this is my perspective. So, lately I've been covering body counts, the Sparta girl, the girl with 2,000 body counts. That sounds like an old sci-fi movie title, the girl with 2,000 bodies. Anyway. And I've been talking about all of these things. The single mother that I cover with 7 children. She's pregnant with her 8th. She's running around trying to look for a man or a sugar daddy or whomever she's trying to look for to come save her, to come do whatever, she trying to get them to do, whatever. And it's made me think about the fact that Black women as a whole, especially these hyenas, especially these women around here, where these things is coming out more, it seems to be getting worse and worse. Y'all are a bioweapon. Y'all are a bioweapon. These hyena Black women around here are biological weapons in our community. That's what you are. Okay, let's talk about the body count. You a petri dish. You are a physical petri dish. You are a spiritual and mental petri dish as well. You have spread diseases. A bunch of y'all got herpes. A bunch of y'all got HPV. A bunch of y'all got BV and other STIs, STDs. Back in the day, they used to call them VDs, or venereal diseases. That's old school. But this is what this is. And this whole freedom thing, this rampant promiscuity, this is nothing more than a vehicle to spread diseases all around the community. And then y'all want to actually blame men. Oh, it's the men spreading. No. It's y'all. Because y'all are running around here doing all of this promiscuity, thinking that this is how men get down, and men can't keep up. I don't remember the last time a man got on any social media platform and said, yeah, I got 2,000 bodies. Now, are there men out there that's probably got that amount of bodies? Yeah. But even the men are not somewhere sitting up proud to say, yeah, I've ran through thousands of women. Because I've said it before, men, that's kind of a badge of honor with men, so how many women can you get and all that type of stuff. Like, men have always been able to kind of beat their chest about it. That's the double standard that y'all don't like. But it is what it is, because men just don't get that same physical wear and tear, and it's just not the same. It's just not the same. Biologically, it's not the same. None of that. And then culturally, the way we think of it, because men aren't these vessels that, carry life and things of that nature. He's designed physically to do that. We put cultural restraints on things just because that's who we are as people. We're going to make a civilization and a society where there's going to be some type of limitation or rule at some point. But just biologically speaking, that's what he designed to do. So that's why there's no real stigma behind it. For women, it is. And y'all call yourself doing what the men do, but y'all are running around here raking up football numbers. Okay, and the men can't keep up. Y'all doing worse than football numbers. And the men cannot keep up. The men are like, wait a minute. I ain't got this many bodies. And they become disgusted. Even if they do have Sparta numbers, they gonna look at you sideways because you have them. Why do you have them? Because in order for men to get up a lot of numbers, he actually has to have, he got to do stuff because women gatekeep sex. All women got to do is say, hey, y'all, I want to have some sex, and somebody going to line up. That's all she got to do. She ain't got to be super fine. She ain't got to be none of that. She ain't got to be none of that. Okay, some of the biggest, most unattractive women be having babies and a whole bunch of bodies behind her. So it ain't really got nothing to do with that. But y'all are thinking, yeah, this is what men want. This is what men are after. They just want sex, so let me just do that. And it's a biological hazard, not to mention the children that come behind that, because a lot of y'all don't care how many times you get pregnant and how many babies you have and how many fathers it is to them babies. Y'all don't even care. Just did a show yesterday. 7 kids, pregnant with an 8th, for a total of 5 baby fathers. That's absolutely ridiculous. This is what's going on with y'all. This is what's happening to y'all. This is what's going on with a collective of Black women that just run around here in a free-for-all. And you a biohazard. Ruining these kids' lives, ruining the men's lives. Because a lot of times them men don't be wanting no kids with you. You just done made a career out of having a bunch of kids so that you can continue to get government assistance. And it increase every child that you bring to the system. He give you another butter biscuit every time you bring him a slave. So you just birth out a bunch of slaves and you get a bunch of butter biscuits and you never go hungry. This is what's going on. No fathers, no family structure, no order, no boundaries between what's right and wrong. This is where you get son husbands from. The inappropriate procreation that you have between you and your kids. Because there's no man in the house that's actually setting up the structure for how procreation is supposed to go, how to show love and affection with your kids without crossing boundaries with your kids. Y'all don't even know how to do that. Even if y'all are not having inappropriate sexual or physical contact with the kids, you have inappropriate conversations with them. You have inappropriate affection with them. You involve them in grown folk business. You rob them of their childhood because they got to help you be an adult. And this is one reason why you don't want the fathers involved, because they the ones that bring the structure. Hey, you can't talk to our kids like that. Hey, you can't do that with our son. What you doing with our son? You will get up somewhere and walk butt naked in front of somebody. That's my son. So he came out of me, and what that got to do with the price of tea in China? It's inappropriate. It's beyond inappropriate. It's predatory. What about the level of depravity that y'all have? I mentioned it before. Woman just walked through the Turkey Leg Hut restaurant completely naked. It's a restaurant. It's not a club. It's not a sex club. Kids in there, folks of all ages is in there. You do anything for attention, that's predatory. No word on whether or not she ever got arrested or apprehended or any sort of punishment coming her way at all. Then you had some simp with her because somebody was with her sound like a dude. And she got, you ready? Uh-huh. And she waddled her fat behind through the restaurant. Just stank through the restaurant. I don't care how fine you think you are. It's depraved. It's depraved. What women that have any amount of self-respect would ever be caught doing that? What women? Which women? None. No woman with no amount of self-respect or respect for her family or respect for the people that know her and be seen with her would ever do it, ever. But you got black women. I don't know what kind of point you're trying to prove, but you're just getting worse and worse and worse. Shameless sexual behavior with adults and with children. And it's not enough of a backlash to stop you from doing it. Just like old girl that made the song for the Busted Challenge was twerking on them teenage boys and she grown. Nobody said nothing. Justified it. Suki Hana had a video where she was twerking on a little boy. Like he couldn't have been no one like 8, 9 years old. Nobody said nothing about that. It was a little bit of something, but it wasn't no big old backlash. Not enough for my liking. Then got the audacity to sit somewhere and talk about, don't judge me. Or, my personal favorite, all us need to heal and do better. No, you, the accountability is only for you. We are not including nobody else because I didn't see not one black man with no gun to none of these chicks' head making them do none of this stupid stuff or make none of these decisions. None of them. I don't see no big bad patriarchy putting no battery in your back. What I do see is the lack of your self-respect and your value. That's what I do see. What I do see is how lost you are and how lost you really want to stay. Let's talk about that part of the equation. Not only are you lost, you like being lost. You like this lack of order. You like this free-for-all chaos where you can just kind of do what you want to do and nobody can hold you accountable for it. You a biological weapon. Because the mindset, you spread that. And that's a weapon. That's a colonizer's weapon. You a biological hazard. You a biohazard. The black woman as she stands today is a biohazard to the black community. That's why we keep having these conversations. That's why we keep going back over it. And it's sickening. And it's getting more and more sickening every week. Every week you go lower. You go lower. Every time we think you've scraped the bottom of the barrel, you scrape another layer off of it. And it's sickening. And I don't know who you're impressing or what point you think you've proven to the world other than the fact that you are disgusting as a group of women. And this is why lionesses can never engage in this type of behavior. Please don't engage. Please get out of the mindset. If you have any twinge of the lost value system that you living by, I implore and I urge you as a fellow lioness to please get that in order. Please get that in order ASAP right now. If you got young girls or other women in your sphere of influence, please influence them the way that a lioness will go. Because we cannot afford to be biohazards to ourselves. We can't afford to be biohazards to our men, to our children, to our families, to our communities at large. Because if the lioness don't say nothing, nothing's getting said. Nothing gonna get done. If don't nobody do nothing, nothing get done. And trying to play the accountability game, we done with that. Oh, well, both of us accountable. No, you're accountable for your decisions. You're accountable because you grown. Because at any other time you tell somebody you grown, you'd be happy to tell somebody you grown. But when it comes time to fess up and own up to the stuff that you do, now all of a sudden it's all of these other factors. We're not buying it. We're not buying that. And I really just had to speak out on that today. Y'all being a biohazard. What's up with y'all? Lionesses, we got to get it together. We have to show ourselves, and we have to show other women who are of like mind or who want to be of like mind. We have to show them the way of the 10 life values and how to reach excellence in our lives, and not this depravity stuff, not this depraved, debaucherous, ridiculous stuff. It's predatory at best. It's predatory. It's nasty. It's nasty. Before we sign off, still want to draw attention. We are so close to the 7,500 signatures for the petition against Black Lives Matter. So if you have not yet signed, please go into the description box, hit the link for the petition, sign it, share it, contribute to it. Also, get down in the comment section. Let me know what you think. Like, share, subscribe to the channel if you have not. Once again, I'm your host of Crimson Cure, and this was my perspective. Bye-bye, Crimsonites.
Hey guys, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. And if you've got more to say on the topic, leave a comment down below. Also, don't forget to support our sponsor, who so graciously supports this channel by clicking the description box and the link for A-Game at agameherbal.com. You can go ahead and get a 10% discount off of your next purchase using the code Kendra10. This has been yet another Crimson Cure production, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.